Hello and welcome to Loppy Loves Eco. If you haven't been here before, my name is Lauren and on this channel I talk about sustainability and eco-friendly living on a budget. So recently I made a video about the swap community in Iceland and some swaps that I'd completed over the period of a few months, and that video was actually quite popular. So today I've decided to do like a roundup of all of the swaps that I completed in August and just show like that I usually swap a lot more than what I had in the last few months on that video. And this is probably the best month I've ever had for swapping, honestly. I got a lot of stuff. And if you like this video, just let me know in the comments below, because I'm considering making this like a monthly video. At the end of every month I'll just round up what I swapped. So let me know if you'd like to see more of that, and also while you're there please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It's a shameless call for subscribers. So I'll just get into the video now, and I'll do them kind of in order of how I received them. Kind of, like the first three, I don't remember the order that I got them, but they weren't really planned as swaps, so I'm just going to go through that quickly. So first of all, one of my friends needed to borrow some hiking sticks to go to the volcano, and I said I have some, you can borrow them, and it wasn't meant to be a swap, but in return she gave me this bag of Omnom chocolates, which I'm very excited to have. This month my boyfriend and I have been trying to cut out sweets for like a whole month, and we have slipped up a couple of times from like in social situations we've had something, but maybe like 3 times throughout the whole month. So I'm very excited next week when this challenge ends to like eat these, finally. I also offered that same friend a plant because I needed to make space, so I just offered her if she wanted this houseplant that I had to get rid of, and in return she gave me a pack of Bounty ice creams, which are in the freezer because again they're sweets and I can't eat them this month, but next week I can't wait to dig into those. And finally that same friend offered me a bag of clothes that she was getting rid of, because we weren't aware that there was going to be another clothing swap anytime soon, and I took 3 things out of that bag. So it's this jumper that I'm wearing, and it's probably not going to focus on the camera because the lighting is really bad today, but the white section has like these rainbow coloured little bits scattered throughout. And also I got this skirt which has little flowers on it, and this really cosy huge scarf which will be very useful this winter. And this next swap wasn't actually meant to be a swap, but someone had posted in the Kombucha Iceland group that they were looking for water kefir grains, and I have some, so I said I will share them. And as I was about to take them to her at work, she works in a coffee shop, she messaged me saying, "Do you want a coffee while you're here?" And I said yes. So I got an oat latte in return for the water kefir grains, which was really nice because it was in the morning. I'd woken up pretty early on a Saturday to go to Reykjavik, so it was nice to have that free coffee early in the morning. I am taking quite a few people some water kefir grains in Reykjavik tomorrow, so maybe I'll get something else for that, but I'm not holding my breath for that, but it'd be nice if I did. And on that same day I had quite a few swaps to complete. I think I did 3 swaps after I'd taken those kefir grains that day. So the first swap I did was that I had this necklace from Hidden People Iceland, and I absolutely love this necklace, and I have the matching earrings that I wear quite often, but I've had this necklace for maybe 2 years and it's still in the box because I just never wear it. I have a butterfly necklace that I always wear that I made myself, and that's just my everyday necklace that I usually choose to wear. So I thought I'd rather this necklace go to someone else who's going to really enjoy it. And the person who took it gave me these rooted cuttings, might not focus, of pink polka dot plants. So there's 4 cuttings in there, but 2 of them are doing well. The other 2 aren't doing so well, so we'll see how those go. But that was actually a plant that I have my eye on whenever I go to the garden centres here and never buy myself because I'm trying to not buy houseplants. And I really have a thing for pink plants, so I was really happy to get that. and I hope that they grow really well. Hopefully all 4 cuttings, but I'm not sure if they will. So after that swap, I went to swap this little brown shoulder bag. It's only a little bag, maybe like this big, that I've had for a few years, and I really like it, but I never use it. I've only used it a few times, probably no more than like 3 or 4 times. So I swapped that for what I thought was going to be a little tiny baby Chinese money plant cutting, which is a plant I've been after for a long time, but I was stubborn and refused to pay for it. There are certain plants that I know I could get for free if I try hard enough, but I always miss out on the cuttings of those plants usually. And also a plant that was just leaves. She didn't know the name of it, but she told me that it does have some really pretty white flowers on when it blooms. So this is the Chinese money plant. It was a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be, which is good. I'm happy that it's actually a more mature plant than I was expecting. And the leaves, she gave me a cutting that has the flower on it. She didn't know what plant it was, but I recognised it instantly, and it was a Hoya. I think it's a Hoya Bella. And Hoyas are really popular in Iceland, and there is a group dedicated to just Hoyas. So that will be quite tradable in the future, I'd imagine. And when I got there, she also gave me cuttings of, I think, maybe 3 different kinds of coleus plants. So now I have so many coleus varieties. So they're kind of taken over a little bit, but they're very pretty, and I'm happy with that. And then finally on that day I had this mandolin that I had bought secondhand a few years ago, and I don't use it often, but I've recently just upgraded to another secondhand one that's just better. Like, it chops more things. It's not just a mandolin, it also chops food as well. So I just decided to get rid of this mandolin. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just I think it was just a cheap mandolin. It wasn't a particularly fancy one, but it was still a mandolin. And in return for that, I got 2 bags of flour and quite a few spices. They were all old spices, and the woman said that her daughter brings home bags of flour and she never uses them, so she was happy to get rid of those things, and I was very happy to receive them because I've already used, I think, 1.5 bags of that flour. Then I swapped this plastic avocado saver that I've had for a few years and just honestly never used once. I bought it because I thought I'd use it a lot, but it turns out that I actually eat an entire avocado every time I have avocado, so I never need to use the saver. And I didn't think it would swap that easily, but fortunately someone took it and I completed the swap the same day, which is always my favourite kind of swap to do. Because I'm in Selfoss, I normally have to wait a week or so, even longer sometimes, before I go to Reykjavik and do the swap. So it was really nice that I was actually in Reykjavik the same day and could complete the swap like that evening before I went home to Selfoss. So I swapped that avocado saver for a box of oatcakes, which I am very happy with. I had some of them yesterday. I never buy myself these, but I used to have them sometimes in the UK as a treat, so I'm happy with those. Then next I went to a clothes swap with a friend, but I also completed one of my swaps from the swap group while I was there. And so I was swapping this Gemstones book and a succulent, and I actually have another succulent so I could show you both objects, but I can't be bothered to go and get it. The succulents, I have 2 of them. They came with these dinosaur pots that I just wanted the pots and not the succulents, but you had to buy the succulents in the pots. So I'm still trying to get rid of the other one because they're just not my kind of thing. And this book, I had 2 copies, which is why I got rid of one. So I bought this copy for my boyfriend for Christmas a few years ago, back when we were just friends. But I also bought myself a copy at the same time. And now that we live together, we do not need 2 copies. So I swapped that book and the succulent. And in return I got this Monstera cutting, and it does have a tiny root you can't see. So yeah, I'm just really hoping it grows because the root is tiny. Okay, there is a new root forming as well. So this Monstera cutting, which I'm really happy because I've wanted a Monstera for years. I do have 2 different varieties of Monstera, but not just like a regular Monstera deliciosa, so it's nice to finally have one that I didn't pay for. And also Tony's chocolate, and I absolutely adore Tony's. It's the one that I always buy, so I am really happy that I got some Tony's. And again, next week this will be devoured when I'm at the end of my sweets challenge. I got so much chocolate and sweets this month and like I can't eat it, it's torture. And then this clothes swap, I didn't know what I was expecting. I actually think it was pretty good. It wasn't as busy as the last swap I went to a few weeks before. It was inside Laugardalsley, which is the biggest pool in Iceland, I think, or at least the biggest pool in Reykjavik. And it was inside the old reception area, so I haven't been there for many years, but I guess they're doing some renovations and they've closed down the reception by the sounds of it, but they opened it again for this event because there was some festival going on. And this clothes swap was arranged by Erasmus, like the student exchange programme, and they were actually giving out free Erasmus merchandise, so I got some of that while I was there. I got like 2 tins of mints. I picked one up for my boyfriend as well. She's got the Erasmus branding on, and it's one of the tins where you pop it down and it comes loose, and I really like these. So I'll refill this when the mints are finished, but there is a lot in there. I also got this bicycle seat cover for my boyfriend. I do cycle sometimes, but not as much as he does, so this is for him. It's like a waterproof cover. And I never pick up free reusable bags because I have too many, but these bags were really nice actually, and I've never seen anything like them. So I got one for me and one for my boyfriend. I got the pink one for me. I was so happy they came in pink. It's got the Erasmus brand on one side and e-twinning, I don't know what that is, on the other side. But it's not just a tote bag, it's actually like a drawstring backpack as well. And I really like that, so I got that, and I've used it quite a few times since I got it. And then I got the same one but in the like beige brown natural colour for my boyfriend, because I don't think he'll be happy to use a pink bag. And at this clothing swap, I think all of my items went pretty much straight away. I didn't have that much to take, but I did try to sort out as much as I could. I did take a few old bags that I had, I think an old North 66 jacket, and the rest of the clothes that my friend gave to me that I didn't want or didn't fit. She also came with me, so that was kind of like her stuff really. And also the things that didn't fit me in the last clothing swap. So I did have a few things to take, and I did surprisingly well, honestly, considering it wasn't that busy. So I did have something that doesn't fit me, and I'll have to take it to the next swap, which is unfortunate, but that happens, it's okay. And that is this like pair of short dungarees. I wasn't sure if they'd suit me anyway because they are very short and there are a lot of rips in the shorts. I think it's meant to be like that, I don't really know, but that doesn't fit me, unfortunately. So that will go into the next swap. Then I saw this dress. It caught my eye not just because of the print but also because of the style, and it's not zipping all the way up yet, but I am going to try to lose some weight soon because I have put on a lot recently and I'm not happy with it because I feel lethargic and I want to be more energetic again. So I saw this dress and I loved it because it's got little, what are they, pelicans I think? No, toucans on it. Little toucans, and I wasn't expecting it to be my size, but it is, or was, because I don't know what size I am anymore because I put on weight. But it's actually from a British brand that I have been following for a long time, but never buy their stuff, called Run and Fly. So I was very excited to find a Run and Fly dress in Reykjavik for free. Then this dress, my friend was like, we can't let that go. She didn't think it would fit her, but she was like, you've got to take it. It didn't have any size or any label on it, so I don't know where it's from. And I was convinced it wouldn't fit me. Fits me like a glove. I didn't try it on because I mean, there wasn't really anywhere to change there, so I didn't know until I got home, but it fits me perfectly. And it's like a, what, 1940s style, I guess, or vintage style tea dress. And it looks so good on as well. It's so pretty. I'm really happy that she convinced me to take that, because I probably wouldn't have. Next, this will probably go into the next clothing swap as well. I didn't take it because it's my style, because honestly it's not really, but it is my size. The reason that I took it is because it's a bodysuit, and there's been a couple of years now that I have been considering buying a bodysuit, but I'm just not that sure if they are comfortable because I've never worn one. So I took this just to try it on basically. But yeah, it's very low cut, not really my thing, so that will go in the next clothing swap. And no one was interested in this, by the way. I didn't just take it like when someone else could have had it. There wasn't many people there anyway. Next is something that I have worn almost every day since that swap. These jeans. I can never find jeans that fit me, especially here, because I don't understand European jeans sizes or anything. I'm from the UK, we have simple sizes. I say that, they're not consistent anywhere, but I don't understand the European or the American sizing or anything. But I do know that my dress size is a 40 in European size, and this said European 40 on it, and I didn't think my jean size would be the same as my dress size, but I picked them up anyway and brought them home. These are so comfortable. These are probably the most comfortable jeans I have ever worn. They're like stretchy and they're skinny jeans. They're by a company called Bershka. Never heard of it, but I love them. So it's just a pair of blue skinnies. Really happy. Over the moon that they were free as well. Okay, so it is now the next morning because my laptop actually ran out of memory and cut off the filming while I was filming. So now I'm on my old laptop filming this. So the next thing I got at the clothing swap was, actually I think I got this quite early on in the clothing swap. I think it's one of the first things I picked up, and it actually suits me a lot more than I thought it was going to. And it's this kind of like tunic, I guess tunic dress, and it's just so pretty, and this is totally something I would wear probably every day. I really like it, so I'm really happy with that. And then these last two items from the clothing swap, it was a bit weird. There were these two girls at the swap that were hanging around. I mean, that wasn't weird because me and my friend were also hanging around waiting for new people to come. But as soon as someone new was coming to the swap, they were diving onto the clothes like while the person was still putting them out and grabbing everything and just putting it into their bags without even really looking at what they were. They were just grabbing things and taking them. Then 20 minutes before the end of the swap, they decided to just empty one of their bags and put their stuff out near the end, just before they left, and they thought no one else was going to come. And I picked up straight away these tights because they have little roses on them and they're really thick, woolly, like winter tights, and I really like them. I was really happy with them till I got home and put them on. See what side it is. And I noticed that there was quite a big hole, or like a bit where it's worn through. It's not going to show up on camera here, you can kind of see. Luckily it is high up on the tights, so if I was wearing a longer skirt, which I normally do, then it's not going to be visible. And I will try to find a way to repair them, because I really do want to wear them. And I also got this, what I didn't know what it was originally, I just really liked the pattern. And then I was really happy because it's a onesie. And I had been looking for a onesie in this kind of fabric with a pattern that I liked for a really long time. For about 3 years I've been trying to find one. And it's in my size, and I was over the moon that I found it. Until I got home and realised not only is there a massive rip in the arm here, which is not going to show up on properly, so it's a massive rip here, which is repairable because I can sew that, but there isn't actually a zip. I get this, the lighting here is really bad and this laptop isn't as good quality, but there is no zip at the end. It's not going to show up. It's just like two separate like sides of a zip, but there's no actual zip on it. So I'm going to try my best to repair it. I will probably buy a new zip, like a really long one zip, and hand sew it, but I don't really have any experience sewing zips in. But I'm going to repair it because I really do like it, and I'm really happy that I finally found a onesie that is what I've been looking for. It's a nice pattern. I picked it up because I thought it was a hoodie with this pattern originally and I really liked it. And it's the right fabric. It's not like, I don't really like, you know, the fluffy onesies. I want something I can wear even when it's warm. So that was really annoying. And a few of the other things they put out I noticed were damaged. That's kind of a terrible thing to do. Like, if you're going to a clothing swap, don't put all of your damaged stuff out. Like, it's just not nice. Especially if you're taking things that are wearable and just not giving anything wearable in exchange. A lot of the things they took were new with the tags. And they would dive into things that were new with tags. And then, finally, I have 2 swaps that I am completing today. The first one is I have this barbecue and oven basket. I think it's like a Teflon coated non-stick kind of like baking tray but for a barbecue. I bought this in the summer when we were going camping around Iceland, so that I could keep my vegetarian food separate on the little barbecue we had, but we never ended up using the barbecue because we couldn't get it lit. So yeah, this has not been used and I will exchange that today for a bag of sugar, which I will use because I am doing a lot of fermenting at the moment and I will be baking this week for my boyfriend's birthday. And the other thing is I'm swapping a bottle of olive oil. I bought this for the swap for 3 books. It's 2 novels for me, not that I need any more. I try not to swap for books because I have too many, probably a few years worth that I haven't read on the bookshelf right now. But I'm just getting 2 novels because I was going to get a book for my boyfriend because it's his birthday next week and there is a book that he probably hasn't heard of that he will love. So I just thought I might as well get the other couple of books I'm interested in that swap. But yeah, that is everything that I have swapped this month in August. So like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye!